Hey guys, before we get into the video, this is me editing this. EA did just confirm that this is actually not in MUT, it's only in other things. I will put a picture on the screen right now just so you guys know. Still coming to the game though, still crazy news, so hope you guys still going to enjoy today's video. Welcome back everybody to another video. Today we are back to Manchester Ultimate Team, and so it's been almost a week since I last uploaded, and that was not my plan at all. I think I've tried 2 different times to do a video on Madden 22 news, but it just hasn't gone the way I wanted to, or else I didn't have enough details, and I didn't want to like copy their creator or anything, so I just kind of going over it, and I was like, you know what, I don't think this is really worth it. This one, though, we do have a lot of news. But guys, we do have a lot of details this video about things coming in Madden 22, specifically home field advantage and how momentum is going to work. Every team has their own kind of different thing that impacts, so, I mean, that's not a lot to go off of. I will show you guys each team's and everything. Before we get into it, though, be sure to leave a like and hit the subscribe button, guys. I would really appreciate that. Guys, we are on the road to 100 still, and we are closing in on Madden 22, just a little over a month away, which is crazy, but I'm super excited to be doing that. And if you guys didn't watch this past year, I do no money spent, gameplays, content reviews, all that kind of stuff, content predictions, so just be sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss a video for this upcoming Madden. Alright guys, and so first team we'll go over is the Atlanta Falcons. So it is called Rise Up for their home field advantage, and it says the home team gains a flat amount of bonus momentum on every offensive play. I believe what this is because big plays cause momentum, like there's going to be like a little bar, and big plays cause momentum to go up and everything. So home field gains a flat amount of bonus momentum on every offensive play means I think you're just getting a little bit of a boost toward the top of that bar every time on offense, which honestly, that kind of adds up, and that's a pretty good home field advantage. And for my Panthers, it's called Keep Pounding, obviously, and it says the home team has more stamina during plays. I really like this, honestly. It should mean the more we run around, type stuff like that, we don't slow down, which I do actually really like that, especially with the quarterback, you're trying to scramble around the pocket, or just messing around, you know. You don't run out of stamina as easily. And guys, for the next team, we do have the New Orleans Saints, and theirs is called Who Dat, and it says, on away team 3rd and 4th down conversion attempts, a random receiver will have an incorrect route when he lines up in pre-play. So what this means, I don't know if I can find a picture. Basically, your route, you know how when you go to the line, you can look at the routes? Well, one of those is going to be incorrect. It's not going to be the actual route. So make sure if you are playing in the Saints Stadium and you're on defense or you're on offense, like you're not the home team, make sure you know what the routes are before you choose a play. Because on 3rd and 4th down conversion attempts, one of those is not going to be right, and you could very easily throw an interception. And guys, for the next one, it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's called Fire the Cannons. And so there it says home team players have their fatigue temporarily replenished while in the red zone. So if you just had a big run, you know, from like this 25 to, you know, their 25, whatever, and that running back would be tired, well, if you're in the red zone, it's back. You're not tired. And I think that means if you're in the red zone running plays as well, I think you temporarily have your stamina replenish, which is also very, very good. The next one is unstable ground for the Washington football team, and it says the away team has an increasingly hard time changing directions. And guys, so what this means is, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case, if you're trying to, you know, kind of move around, maneuver, get like a little sticky with it, you know, when you're running, you can't do that as easily. And even, not even trying to swerve, you're just trying to cut it back left, you will not be able to do that very easily. That's for the whole way of the field, so that could be very, very tough on the opposing offense. Guys, the next one's the New York Giants, and theirs is called Turf War, and it just says, away team players fatigue faster. I mean, they fatigue faster, so if you get, I mean, maybe even just like a 5-yard run, they could already be tired, which is honestly kind of crazy, because if they're tired, they fumble easier, or to put in subs, might not be as good. So that is a pretty good home field advantage, at least in my opinion. The next one is the Philadelphia Eagles. Theirs is called LinkedIn, and it says, while winning, the home team gains more momentum, and the away team gains less. This is just if you are at home and you are winning, your momentum fills up faster, and theirs just barely does it at all, which is honestly really, really good. And the next one we're going to are the Dallas Cowboys. It's called Deflected, and it says away team punt distance is shortened when kicking across the 50. I'm going to be honest, this is not one of the better ones. So I'm sorry to the Cowboys fans out there. This, I mean, in Madden Ultimate Team, if you got like a I honestly go for it on like 4th and 15. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to come into play too often, but you know what? There's that. The next one is for the Chicago Bears, and it's called Bear Down, and it says the away team's kick meter moves slightly faster. Now, this is interesting because it's not the same as punt because, you know, punting isn't as common, but if you're trying to tie it before halftime and you're not really ready for this, it's a little faster. You can mistime that, and you can lose 3 points. Same thing on extra points. So I think, is this one of the best? No, probably not. But it's definitely better than the Cowboys one, and I could definitely see this coming to play and messing people up. And for the Detroit Lions, there's called Motor City. It says home team accelerates slightly faster. And I think this is pretty interesting because it just, I mean, straight up, if you're trying to turn up field, you accelerate faster. If you think that should be for everyone on the home team. So even if you're on defense, I think it means acceleration, you're going to speed it to make a tackle. So it should go both ways, and that's honestly another good one. And for the Minnesota Vikings, theirs is called Skull, and it says the home team gains a small amount of speed rating when in the red zone. Again, that's pretty nice. If you're running to the outside, that little bit of speed could give you the boost to get the edge and get the first down or even the touchdown. So I think that could be really, really good, especially since it's in the red zone specifically. That could definitely come into play. And guys, for the next one, it's the Green Bay Packers. It says it's called Go Pack Go and the Frozen Tundra. The first one says home team gains more momentum and away team gains less. And the next one says away team fatigues faster and has a harder time changing direction. But it's very interesting. I think the first one we've already seen before. I can't remember which team it was, but I think we've already seen that one before. The second one, though, away team fatigues faster and has a harder time changing direction. We've seen a hard time changing direction, but I don't think we've seen fatigues faster. So that is a very good one. And next for the Seattle Seahawks is called the 12s. And it says random portions of the play art for the team, for the away team offense, will be squiggly and hard to read. Now again, I can't show you a picture of this, I don't think, but this is very interesting. It's same thing with the play art. Basically, how I said before, one route will be incorrect. Well, this one, something's going to be really squiggly, kind of distorted. It's going to be hard to read like it says. And it's going to be tough. I'm not really sure, because I know just reading it, I can expect it's going to be difficult. But I think really playing with this is going to be a whole lot different, really judging what you're supposed to do in these situations. So I do like, as a whole, they're adding this home field advantage stuff in, because I think that actually makes a point of being home rather than just like, oh, I'm in my stadium this time, who cares? So I think I do like their ideas. Hopefully none of them are going to be too OP. This is definitely one of the better ones, at least in my opinion, though. And for the San Francisco 49ers, this is called Unstable Ground. It says away team has an increasingly hard time changing directions. Again, we've seen this one before. I really can't remember the first team that's had it, but again, it is very good. I think it was the Washington football team that had it the first time, but again, this is another very good one. The next one is called Rams House for the Los Angeles Rams, and it says home team gains bonus momentum for defensive stops. This is pretty good. Defensive stops. So that could be, honestly, every play if you stop them 3 times or 4 times in a row. So I'm not sure if that means on 3rd and 4th. I thought they'd specifically say that because they did before. On a different one, they said on 3rd and 4th down conversion attempts. So I'm not really sure how to really take that. But again, this is all a work in progress. I don't think any of this is really final until the game is really out. So EA could potentially mess with these. But the fact that they did share these with us and get these out is that they are pretty confident this is how they're going to stay. So I wouldn't bet on them changing, but they could be tweaked a little bit if maybe people think this one's way too OP, this one's just not good enough. The next one's for the Arizona Cardinals. This is called Rise Up Red Sea, and again it says home team gains momentum faster. We've already seen one of these. It's very good, but that's that. Alright guys, and then for the Denver Broncos, this is called Mile High, and it says away team players have less stamina during plays. Obviously, I think we've already seen this one. In case you haven't though, in real life, players playing in Denver, sometimes hard to breathe if you have asthma, or even if you don't because, you're above sea level, a certain height. And so they're adding that into Madden. Away team players will have less stamina during plays. That makes it a lot more realistic. This one, though, I could definitely see becoming a little OP. So hopefully they keep this one down, but it's still a very good idea. Next one for the Las Vegas Raiders. Theirs is called Just Win, Baby, and that's pretty ironic. But theirs says home team gains momentum faster and has increased fatigue recovery while winning. So it should be the first and the second, not just, one or the other. It is for both. So they also increase fatigue recovery while winning. That's, I think, a new one. We have seen home team gains momentum faster, obviously, but has increased fatigue recovery while winning is very interesting. So if you're a Las Vegas Raiders fan, make sure you are winning when you are home, because that could really come in clutch. And guys, for the Los Angeles Chargers, theirs is called Bolt Up, and it says home team gains bonus momentum for yardage gains. This is kind of vague, to be honest. I guess every time you gain yards, you get bonus momentum. That seems like that'd be really easy, but that's what it says, so I guess that's how it is. For the Kansas City Chiefs, theirs is called Home of the Chiefs, and it says offensive audibles made by the away team have a chance to fail. So this is really interesting. If you're on offense and you're coming out in a run, and you're like, oh, you know what, I think they're ready for it, let me auto a pass. It might say it worked, but it actually didn't because of their defensive, I guess that's, they're home of the Chiefs. That's their home field advantage. So that is very interesting. I think that's one of my favorite ones. That's very unique, but that's, I think, one of the better ones as well. The next one's for the Cincinnati Bengals, and theirs is called Who Day, and it says no huddle results in reduced clock runoff. And so I know this one might be kind of slept on, but there have been a lot of times where I've tried to run no huddle, and I've ran out of time, whether it's like before half or even at the end of games. So this could definitely save you 3 points or even a touchdown if you can end up, not having to waste so much time, get to the line, maybe spike it, or even just throw a pass. I do like this one a lot. And guys, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, theirs is called Terribly Distracting. And so it says, away team hot routes have a chance to fail on 3rd and 4th down, requiring them to be made again. Receivers who are hot routed will temporarily receive a question mark indicator bubble at the time of the hot route to signify they may be unsure of their route. So this is really interesting. This is a new one. I like this one a lot, but the only thing is, are you able to snap the ball with the question mark above their heads? And if you do they just like run around and do something random? I don't really understand. So I guess if you snap it with the question mark above their heads, I mean, it'd be the same as not knowing the route yourself. So maybe they run it just not as well, or maybe just do a whole other route altogether. My advice to you guys is if this happens to you and you don't have time to call a timeout or even give them the hot route again, if you see the question mark by their heads and you snap the ball, just don't throw it to them. Because who knows what they're going to do, what route they're going to do. That could very easily turn into a pick. But this is a very good home field advantage. Alright guys, and so for the Baltimore Ravens, it's called Trust the System, and it says home team gains bonus momentum on every running play while winning. So if you're winning and you're running the ball, you're getting bonus momentum. And honestly, that is pretty good. This could be as easy as you score on your opening drive, you stop their team once, you're back on offense, and just running the ball gains you more and more momentum. So that, I think, is another very good one. Not too hard to really kind of, activate that more momentum bonus, so that's another really good one. And for the Cleveland Browns, theirs is called Dog Pound. It says away team hot routes have a chance to fail in the red zone, requiring them to be made again. So this is the same thing as the Steelers, except theirs is only in the red zone. So basically, it's a not as good Steelers thing, at least in my opinion, because the Steelers is 3rd and 4th down, Browns is in the red zone. So you can make an argument that they're equal, but I still think 3rd and 4th down, that can happen, on your own side of the field. So that's why I think that one's a little bit better, because in the red zone, yeah, you can save some points, but if you do that on 4th down, they're on their own 25, you have the ball back in your red zone. So, or I guess that's not technically the red zone. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. So I think the Steelers one is still a little bit better, but again, a very good home field advantage. And guys, for the New England Patriots, theirs is called Our House, and it says home team gains bonus momentum on touchdowns and 3rd down stops. So if you score a touchdown, you're getting bonus momentum, or just 3rd down stops, which I know I've said like 3 times already, but that's honestly very, very good. Just scoring a touchdown, if you're playing a not so good team, you're getting the end zone a bunch. That is a lot of momentum for you, especially if you're stopping them on 3rd down. And for the New York Jets, theirs is called Turf War. It says away team players fatigue faster. I'm pretty sure this is the same as the New York Giants, but I could be wrong. And for the Miami Dolphins, theirs is called Made in the Shade. It says home team fatigue slower. I don't know if we've honestly seen this one before. I think we've only seen the away team fatigues faster. But guess what? If you're home, you fatigue slower. So again, not a crazy one, but still very good. And guys, for the Buffalo Bills, theirs is called Downwind. It says the away team kicking arc is hard to control. This again can be very, very tough, especially if you're trying to tie it before halftime or even at the end of the game. If you're away, you could potentially lose the game because the arc is harder to control. So again, this is, I think, another realistic addition that we needed to the game because kicking is not easy. And I think in Madden, it's honestly just like you get a free extra point. You get a free 3 points. So this could definitely change things as far as extra points and field goals go. The next one is called Tighten Up for the Tennessee Titans, and it says home team will avoid committing holding penalties. So this is interesting to me because at least in the game right now, this year, I don't see too many holding penalties. So it sounds like there's going to be some more holding calls next year, and the Titans thing is to not have that happen. So I don't know. I guess maybe penalties are going to be maybe not easier, but just more kind of easier to trigger, I guess. Not that they're happening a lot more. It's just that, cause I think this year they're definitely better than in Madden 20, but sometimes you can still get away with, bumping into somebody or getting stuck on somebody and not getting a flag. So it seems like holding might be the easiest penalty to get next year. And for the Houston Texans, this is called the bullpen. It says away team gains less momentum for touchdowns. This is actually really good because if you're trying to get back in the game and you're actually like coming back and scoring touchdowns, you actually don't get as much momentum for that. Which means if you are the Texans and you're already up like 2 or 3 scores, it's even harder for them to come back because they don't have any momentum on their side. Because even if they're scoring, it's not as much. So I like this one a lot, and this is a new one. And for the Indianapolis Colts, there's this called hat count. It says the home team defense concede the hat count on all plays via coach cam. Now this, I'm just kind of going to leave it this because I don't really know what coach cam is. That might be a new thing. If it is already in the game, I'm not sure what they mean by that, or maybe I just don't use it. But apparently next year we're having a coach cam where you can actually see the hat count on all plays. If the home defense can see all of that for the offense. And the last one is the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is called Duval, and it says the home team gains bonus momentum on touchdowns. This is pretty much the opposite of the Texans, because if you are the Jaguars and you are scoring, you get bonus momentum. So this is actually, I use the example for the Texans. This is the opposite. If you are down quite a few scores and you start coming back scoring some touchdowns, that's even more momentum for you as long as you're home. So that's another really good one. I like a lot of these, I'm going to be honest. That is all of them. If I had to pick a favorite, I might pick the Steelers. I really like that one. I do think the undisputed worst one is the Cowboys. I mean, that one is just so bad about the punting. I do feel bad for Cowboys fans because I can't see that one coming to play very often. But guys, we did go over every single team's home field advantage. At first, I was actually thinking it was the momentum, like once you feel the bar up, that's what you get. But no, that's just how it is if you are home. So there's some very good ones in there, especially for the change of direction ones. That is pretty tricky because if you're away, you can't change direction as easily. After all those, though, we will open a fan appreciation pack because I have nothing to do with my coins at this point in the year. There's really not much I can do. So we'll open one of these just for fun. First player in here is our draft player, and it is 95 Javonte Williams. No rings, 93 Bo Jackson. Campus Hero 92, gold, and another gold. That was an okay pack. We will open some training variety packs as I close out this video, but guys, let me know what your favorite team is, and let me know if you like your favorite team's home field advantage, because I feel like the meta might just be, as long as this is in MUT, which it should be, to just choose whatever stadium or team as your favorite that you like the home field advantage for, because I really like the Washington football teams, which is harder changing direction for like the defense, for the opposing team, not the defense, sorry. But I think a few other teams have those, I just can't remember what they were. That we get a golden ticket on the third pack, Ryan Tannehill. Okay, let me tell you guys something. I have opened so many of these on camera. I think this is only my second one on camera. I don't think I've pulled one. And to make things worse, I did golden ticket hunting every week that new ones came out. And now I pull one. So that's cool. There's that Ryan Tannehill right there. Into the next one, it's a uniform. Last one right here. Doesn't really matter what it is. I don't really care, to be honest. Team of the week, 95. Nope, 86. We just got him. But either way, be sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, guys, if you did enjoy all this. Let me know, again, who your favorite team is. What is your home field advantage? But yeah, that's about it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.